Simmers, it's ThatSimminWitch here, and we are doing some more baby daddy slash mummy battles. So these are our baby daddies that have come from our random wheel this week. We have Angelo Morland from High School Years, Clement Frost from Seasons, Simeon Silversweater from Realm of Magic, Izzy Fabulous from Get Famous, Naoki Ito from Snowy Escape, Christopher Volkov from Werewolves, Barco Yang from City Living, and Elric Demure from Enchanted by Nature. So we've got some interesting ones, maybe a few understated ones. I actually do not have any skin in the game for this one. I don't really mind who wins. I don't have a favourite. I know that obviously Clement Frost is quite often used as a baby daddy because of his like special trait that people get like inherit from him when they're when they have kids with him. So yeah, let's basically get into it. Let's get started. Right, so here we are again. We're starting with Belle this week. I do want to say quickly is that I am recording this the day that Adventure Awaits has just come out. So hopefully there won't be any problems or any crashes, but I'll do my best to edit around them if the worst does happen. But let's get started with our first little battle. We want these ones. Right, so we're going to do Angelo first. So let's have a quick look at him. Up close, he doesn't have super strong features. He's got quite a flat face actually, really. But yeah, so I've never actually had any babies with him. I've only seen him have babies with other townies, so that'll be interesting. And then obviously we have Clement Frost, our own Daddy Winter. Recently in one of my games, I did a blind date and he was my blind date and he came in the catfish costume, and then like he was just super eager. He like asked pretty much straight away to come back to my house, and yeah, it was actually quite funny. But we are gonna get going because sometimes these videos can get a bit long. So we're gonna start with Angelo. We do play with genetics like we usually do. We've got Belle and Angelo, and we're gonna randomize 3 times. 2, 3, and then we will age up. And let's have a look. So, we're going to take off the hat. We'll take off makeup. Okay, so she definitely looks like her dad. Definitely got her dad's nose. Yeah, I'm not really a fan, if I'm honest. She's obviously got her mum's eye colour, but she does have a lot of her dad's features. Her mouth is her mum's as well, rather than her dad's. But yeah, she's very, very interesting looking. I think this is a bit much for me, but let's have a look and see what a son would be like with Angelo. One, 2, 3. Let's age him up. Oh, and we'll just take off his beard. Okay. He's actually quite cute. He's quite a good mixture actually between his dad and his mom. So thankfully he's got his mom's nose, not his dad's nose. But like the bottom half of his face, sort of from his like nose, like under his nose down, is sort of like from his dad. He obviously has his dad's green eyes. I actually quite like him. I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know if he is worthy of saving and going in my little motley crew of children that I'm accumulating over this series. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by that. So let's move on to Father Winter because we need to make some comparisons. So we want Belle, we want Clement. 1, 2, 3. So I have actually had him as a baby daddy for one of the scenarios that I was playing. Oh, what's with the noses on these ladies today? So obviously she's got quite a strong nose. She has got his cheeks. Father Winter is very like cheek heavy on the face, not on any other cheeks. But yeah, she looks very grumpy. Let's have a look at her just quickly compared to Angelo's kid. So yeah, I think maybe Father Winter's daughter just about wins out. Although they have both got weird noses, I'm not a fan of her like little pointy chin. Like, yeah. Let's let's have a look at the sons anyway. See if that makes a difference to our opinion. 1, 2, 3. Let's age him up. Okay. So again, he has all of the cheeks. He does have his dad's nose and his dad's really heavy brow. He hasn't got that much from his mom, to be honest. Yeah, I think Angelo's son is a lot cuter. If I'm honest. I think, yeah. Like, he definitely has better, like, he's picked the better features of, like, each of it, like, from each of his mom and his dad. Whereas, all the others seem to have picked the worst features from their dad. I think, though, that we are going to go for the winner, being Angelo. I think, like, his son makes up for his daughter, and both of Father Winter's kids are not so great. So let's go and record it like we normally do on our little chart. So as usual, we will be copying this one. We will be pasting, and he goes there. So he's going to battle whoever wins from these two. So let's quickly, move on to the next round. I'm trying not to chat too much and get too much into it tonight. For one, I am a bit tired, and also, these videos can get really long because I get a bit too absorbed in it. So let's have a look at Simeon and Izzy anyway. Right, so we are moving on to Izzy and Simeon. Okay, I think we're going to start with Simeon first. Let's do play with we actually, hang on a minute, I forgot we didn't have a proper look. So I've never had kids with either of them, and I can't really say I've paid that much attention to how any of their in-game children grow up, if they have children with anyone when like during the course of a save. So Simeon is quite interesting looking. He's got like, he feels quite pinched around here, like, and he does look a bit grumpy. But let's quickly have a look at Izzy as well. So I think like Izzy has less like extreme features. He is a bit more generic looking. So I'm wondering if his kids might be quite generic compared to Simeon's kids. But anyway, let's get cracking. We're gonna start with Simeon. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look. Okay. So yeah, she does look a fair bit like her dad. She's got her dad's nose and like this like pinched bit up here. But she's actually not too bad. I definitely was fearing that she might be a little bit worse off than what she is. But let's do a son with Simeon so that we can see what he comes out like. 1, 2, 3. Age him up. Okay, let's remove facial hair. Okay, so he doesn't seem to have quite as strong features as his dad. I still feel like here he's a bit like heavy around, sort of like, the brow is quite heavy anyway, but like it seems worse sort of like where it joins his nose for some reason. But he's quite inoffensive. He isn't too bad. He's not worthy of going in the library, I'm afraid, but yeah, he's not too bad. Simeon's kids are actually a little bit better than I was expecting. So we now have to try Izzy. Izzy, 1, 2, 3. Let's age her up. Oh, we'll definitely take that makeup off. Take the makeup off. There we go. Yeah, and as expected, Izzy doesn't have really strong features, so she doesn't look that different from her mom. Like maybe her nose and like this part of her is a little bit more pulled out than her mom, but generally she looks mostly like her mom. So she's pretty inoffensive. She's not like stunning, but she's also not like terrible. Let's just have a look at her against that one, wasn't it? Yeah, so I think Izzy's daughter is prettier, but again I think that's more because like the looks are really generic, and like I'm not a fan of like the nose. Like this bit of the nose really, like, I don't know, it really like annoys me a little bit. I don't know why. I mean, the nose wouldn't be too bad if it for some reason wasn't like, it's just the way it connects at the top there. I really just cannot get on with it. But let's have a look at a son and see if we get Mr. Generic son. 1, 2, 3. So age him up. Oh, what's with Izzy's kids and all the makeup? Jeez, guys. So he does look a bit more like his dad. Obviously he's got the little dimple in his chin. He's got like pulled in here as well, like his dad. He's got a little bit more of a sculpted face, like Izzy has. He's not actually too bad. Again, he's not save worthy, but like, I actually think he's a decent looking stim. Let's just quickly compare him to Simeon's. So yeah, I do think that Izzy's kiddo's just about pip them to the post. And like I said before, I do think it's because Izzy doesn't really have very strong features, because he's so like generic kind of looking. He doesn't like, probably his strongest feature is his little like dimply chin. So yeah, I think Izzy wins this little battle. So let's go back to our chart. So let's grab Izzy and let's paste. There we go. So that will be our next battle after we finished going through these. It's quite an interesting matchup. So obviously we have Naoki and Christopher next. I think that like when his and Megumi's kids grow up, they like the daughter looks really weird. She has a bit of a weird face. But I think that comes more from Megumi than it does from Naoki. So I guess we'll see what his kiddos look like with Belle. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's go back to Creator Sim and find out what they're gonna look like. So we are back with Belle. We're gonna grab our next duo, which is Naoki and Christopher. Again, I'm so glad we have the sound turned off. Let's have a look at Naoki. Yeah, he's like, again, he's a little bit generic looking. I think usually like on a lot of like the Asian Sims that have like Japanese or like Chinese or like Korean heritage, their eyes are usually quite prominent on their children. But yeah, I'm quite interested to see what his kiddos look like. Let's take a quick look at Christopher. Can we please stop yowling so we can see your face? Thank you. Okay, so he has kind of a similar like eye shape to Naoki. Okay. Oh, I did just also want to say, when I've done the picking of the Sims that I'll include within my random like roulette wheel to pick for the baby daddies and the baby mamas, I've just discounted all elderly Sims. I know that male elderly Sims can impregnate people, but I thought, because I'm discounting the elderly female ones because of them not being able to technically get pregnant, that I didn't think it was fair to include the male ones. So maybe we'll do a spin-off series at some point where we look at like the best sugar daddy or something like that. And look at some of the elders. But anyway, let's get started, and we're going to start with Naoki this time. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look. Age her up. Okay, so she is basically a carbon copy of her mum. I'm just going to change her hair so that we can see her face better. Let's pop that one on for her. Now, yeah, she's maybe got her dad's cheekbones and maybe a little bit of his jawline, but she basically looks more or less exactly like her mom. So Naoki's genes did not have much of an influence on his daughter, so maybe that's why like Megumi's here's the Megumi's kiddo. I forgot what her name is, but maybe that's why she looks a bit weird. So we're doing a son this time. Naoki. Male. 1, 2, 3. Age him up. Oh, he's cute. I have a feeling though that he doesn't have that much from his dad. He has his dad's lips and like his dad's like cheeks and jawline. But other than that, I think he's mostly inherited from his mom. So again, he's a little bit generic looking. But both of Naoki's kids have come out pretty pretty decent. Like, they're definitely passable, and he does stand a good chance considering like sort of how sort of generic and easy looking they are, if you like. So let's have a look at some with Christopher, because he could be slightly more interesting. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, the curly hair. I love a kid with curly hair. Let's age him up. Ooh, okay. Let's take this facial hair off. Oh, whoops. Come back. There we go. Right, so I'm also going to change his hair so that little bit of hair's out of the way. There we go. Let's go for that one. So he looks a lot like his mum. He doesn't have that much from his dad, which I'm quite surprised at. I think maybe only really like his slightly wider jaw, again similar to like Naoki's son, that like, yeah, he doesn't have that bigger difference. Let's just compare the two real quick. So yeah, I think, oh, this one, if they're both really generic, it's going to be really hard to like judge this one. Oh dear. Anyway, let's do a daughter. Hopefully the daughter will be the the tiebreaker, because at the moment it's looking like it's going to be quite difficult. 1, 2, 3. Let's age her up. Okay, so she definitely looks more like her dad. Oh, she is actually quite cute. Okay, interesting. I mean, her eyes are a little bit like, I don't know. I think maybe she needs some different eyebrows. Maybe that would help. But she definitely looks a lot more like her dad. She has like a similar eye shape to her dad. She has her mum's mouth and nose, but she does have the slightly wider face of her dad, which is quite nice. Because sometimes with Belle and Bennett, their kids can get a little bit chinless. So yes, that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the other daughter. So yeah, she really just looks like her mom. She's barely got anything from her dad at all. This is going to be fairly difficult. But I am, at the moment, I just want to take a quick look at them all again. But I am kind of being swayed towards Christopher. Just because I think, like, his kids, like, they have a little bit more personality to their looks. Yeah, I think we're going to go for Christopher winning this one, which I didn't think was going to be the case, but you know, it's nice when the game surprises us. So we need to head over back onto our little chart to record our results. Right, so we're back here with the boys. Let's copy and paste Christopher. Cool. Right, so then we've got Barco and Elric. Obviously Elric is pretty new because he's from Enchanted by Nature. So I haven't actually seen him have any kids that have grown up, so I don't know what like his genetics carry through like. I have seen Barco's genetics from like his daughter go through, so this could be an interesting one. So let's have a look in Create a Sim. Right, so let us grab the last two. Okay, so let's start with Barco. Have a look. He does have a very interesting shaped face. It's quite like sculpted, and yeah, I think there's a good chance we could definitely see Barco's genetics in action. Let's have a look at Elric's quickly. I do think he's quite cute. He does have sort of one of the larger noses, which I think works really well with his face. I think like we need to hope that if one of his kids gets that nose, they need to have sort of a little bit of a larger face, because yeah, that nose on some of the smaller faces is just going to look way too much. So let's get started. We'll get Barco first, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look. Oh, got a little tash on. Okay, so he hasn't taken that much from his dad, actually. He has his dad's brow line. Maybe his dad's lips. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's like kind of like a cross between his mum and his dad's lips. But yeah, he's not like I was expecting him to get some of Barco's worst features, but actually I think he's quite cute. The only thing is his like skin tone. I would maybe slightly change to a less like orangey skin tone. I like I prefer the skin tone sometimes when they're a little bit cooler. I think sometimes the warmer skin tones can sometimes look a bit orange. But yeah, I think he's quite cute. So I'm interested to see what Barco's daughter is going to look like. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's age her up. Okay, so I can definitely see her dad in her lips, especially. She's definitely got the more sculpted face that her dad has got. This was kind of like what I was expecting on his son, but yeah, he's given it to his daughter. So I can't say that I'm the biggest fan, to be honest. Like, I think that like the trouble is like she hasn't got much of a chin, and like her nose and her lips are really quite strong, and it just like makes her face feel like it's all pulled into the center of her face rather than sort of being a bit more evenly distributed. So yeah, let's have a look at Belle and Elric's son this time, or kid this time. I don't know if it'll be a son or a daughter, depends. There we go. We've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. He's quite cute as a kiddo, but I don't know if he's got the dad's nose. I thought that might be the case. Wow. She looks very, very, very much like her dad. She definitely obviously has his nose. She has like sort of like the longer pulled out face. She doesn't have much of her mum except for her eyes, really. I think that's the only feature she's really got from her mum. So clearly like Elric's genes are strong. I can't say I'm a big fan at the moment. I think I actually do prefer Barco's daughter, because even though she is a little bit strange looking, I feel like her head is not ginormous. this like Elric's daughter, because like she's like got so pulled forward. She just looks like she has a really massive head. So yeah, let's have a look at her son and see if the son makes a big difference to our opinions. Elric. Then we want to change it to son. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he looks like he might have his dad's nose as well. Let's have a look. Okay, see, it doesn't look so bad on him. Let's take his beard off. He definitely looks better with a beard, I must admit. But geez, Elric's genes are strong. Like, yeah, he looks so much like his dad. It's unreal. I'm quite surprised actually in how this has turned out. I think like I'm probably gonna go for Barco's, just because like, yeah, I do think that his daughter, like, I think this wider chin is a bit much for me anyway. It doesn't look quite as bad on him, but on his daughter it does look pretty bad. But yeah, I think I am going to have to go for Barco winning this round, which I really did not expect. But let's record that on our little chart. So this could be quite an interesting matchup. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this side definitely has some stronger genes going for it than what this side did. But let's have a look at Angelo and Izzy now. Right, so we need Angelo from this one, so we can get rid of Clement. And we need Izzy from this one. I'm actually a bit nervous at how this is gonna end up playing out now. Okay, so we're gonna do Belle with Angelo first. If you caught any of that motorbike, I have some really inconsiderate drivers. It's really late at night. It's like something like 1 o'clock in the morning, and they just drive around and drive me absolutely insane. But let's try not to get too angry, and let's look at some children. 1, 2, 3. Okay, blue eyes. Let's pop her to young adult. Okay. So she looks a lot like her mum again. She does have her dad's lips. She does have that kind of like warm-ish skin tone. But yeah, she's not too bad actually. She's not save worthy, unfortunately. None of them have been actually tonight so far. But we do still have the mamas to do after this as well, so things could change. Let's do a son. Angelo. Change that to a son. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. I tell you what, if it's not motorbikes, it's trains. I don't even live that close to like the train line. It's just because, oh my god, because it's really late at night. There isn't much other noise, so the train is being heard a lot easier. Oh dear. Right, so Angelo's son, he looks a lot like his mum. He's kind of got more face though to him, But otherwise he hasn't really got much from his dad. Like even his eyes, I don't know if are his eyes his dad's? I can't remember what his dad's eyes. Oh yeah, he does have his dad's eye shape, but obviously not the colour. Yeah, he has his dad's like build as well, like a little bit chubbier than his mom. But yeah, he's quite cute. So far, Angelo's not done too bad, but obviously we need to have a look at Izzy's kiddos now. Let's go here. Izzy, 1, 2, 3. Let's age her up. Okay, so she has her dad's green eyes. She does have like the little dimple in her chin, not quite as dimply as her dad's. And she does kind of have like the little kind of like sculpted part to her face that her dad has. Her eyes are a little bit sad. But yeah, she's quite a nice mix actually between her mom and her dad. I think she's a little bit cuter than Angelo's daughter. But again, Izzy's daughter is definitely more generic looking. So I think it's gonna ride on the boys probably. So let's do Izzy's son so that we can fully compare and contrast. Come on, there we go. Izzy, we want a boy this time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's facial hair, take the makeup off. So he definitely, I can see his dad in his like mouth and his cheeks, and his dad's eye shape. He does look a lot more like his dad. He's maybe got his mom's nose, I think, but I can definitely see his dad in him. He is quite cute. Again, not save-worthy, but let's just compare him quickly to Angelo's son. So I do think he's cuter than Angelo's son. Like, Angelo's kid is sort of quite generic. He doesn't really have much going for him really, like not anything interesting about his face, shall we say. But yeah, I think that Izzy's probably won this again actually, just simply because he's quite generic, and I think that helps like meld his features in with our already generic sim. So we're gonna say that Izzy is our next winner. So let's record that on our little chart. So, Izzy, we get to copy you and we get to paste you. That one. So, this is really quite interesting. I did not expect him actually to be in like the final pairing of this round, but obviously we still need to see Christopher and Barco like have their little face off. So let's pop back into the game. Okay, so our next battle, we need, who do we need? We need Christopher. So we'll delete Naoki. And we need Barco. Let's delete you. Cool. Right. Let's get into it with them straight away. We're going to start with Christopher. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit low energy. I am really tired, but like I couldn't sleep and I wanted to do something that was like a little bit productive. So I thought that like I would record my next one of these. 1, 2, 3. Starting to get slow again. I will reload it before we do the baby mamas. Okay, so I took his hair off. I didn't mean to take his hair off. I meant to take his beard off. Whoops. So yeah, he definitely has his dad's eyes. And he has the slightly wider face from his dad. He has a bit of a weird, I'm not sure, like, he looks like he's kind of been, like, someone's pushed him here and it's made his, like, head collapse. You know, like, when you're trying to break an Easter egg that's, like, not quite solid, it's started to melt a little bit, so instead of, like, snapping, it, like, mushes in a little bit. Gotta love my descriptions, but that's sort of kind of like what that bit of his face reminds me of. But yeah, he's not too bad. Let's have a look at Christopher's daughter. Oh dear. I have quite a good imagination, so sometimes my descriptions can be interesting, shall we say. I'm also excited. I've got the like Adventure Awaits expansion pack. I haven't done anything with it because I've literally bought it and like not played the game yet. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go. Okay, so she has her dad's nose and mouth, that's for sure. She doesn't have much of a chin. She's sort of got that from her mom and her eyes from her mom. So she is a tiny bit strange, I must admit. But yeah, she's not like the worst sim that we've had tonight in at all. So yeah. Let's check with Barco now. But yeah, I'm going to add, I'll have a look either later tonight or tomorrow morning at the townies from the new expansion pack and add them to my little roulette wheel so that they'll be in the mix as of next week for these battles. And obviously they'll be added on to my townie makeovers as well. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love this hair. This is one of my favourite hairs in the game. Like, I love a sim with a curly hair and wearing that hair. And just, I don't know, I really like it for some reason. Okay, she's not too bad. I'm just going to change... let's take that off and then let's just change her hair just so I can see her face a little bit better without the braids in the way. There we go. So she's actually got quite a nice mix. She doesn't have the caved in Easter egg bit. She does have her dad's nose, but she has quite a lot of her mum's features that kind of soften her dad's slightly harsher features. So I think she's quite pretty. She's not pretty enough to save, but yeah, I'm actually impressed with his daughter. So I think that let's compare her real quick to the other. Hang on, yeah, that was Barco's daughter, wasn't it? Yeah. For a minute I was thinking that I was on Christopher, but no. But yeah, I think that Barco's daughter is definitely prettier than Christopher's. She's just got like sort of, instead of having like multiple strong features that kind of are sort of in competition, she has like the one strong feature that is like softened by the features that aren't quite so harsh. She does have like her dad's little cheekbones as well, like they're sort of pulled in slightly. But yeah, I think she's quite cute. So I think we need to look at a son with Barco now. So let's grab Barco and we're doing a son. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he looks quite cute. Sometimes though, they look really cute as kids, and then when they're adults, it's like, what the heck? Oh, I don't know though. Let's see. Take this beard off. Okay. So he has his dad's nose. Here's a little bit of an angry nose, like we had before, one week. But yeah, he's not too bad actually. Like, he's got his dad's lips, and he's got slightly like drawn in part of the face. But yeah, I'm actually quite impressed. Let's just compare him to Christopher's son. So I definitely think Barco's son is cuter than Christopher's. I just think like Christopher's smushed Easter egg bit there is not doing him any favours. And yeah, I just think that like his face feels a little bit like it's squished inwards, whereas Barco's son's features sort of seem to be better spread around his face. So I think that we are going to go for Barco winning this round and facing off against Izzy, which I was really, really not expecting. But let's go back to our chart. So let's grab Barco, copy, and paste. Okay, so these are definitely not the ones that I would have put money on being at the end. But yeah, I think that we just need to get into it really, just to see what they're like. So let's hop on over into the game. Right, so I've kept Barco in because we were just using him. So we'll just pop in Izzy. Let's get rid of Simeon so we don't get confused. So we're just going to crack right on, and we're going to do Belle and Izzy first. I will restart my game between, like, after this round's done, since it's starting to slow down a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Let's age her up. Come on. Okay, let's have a look. So she's definitely, a bit like the sun from the last round. She's definitely got like her dad's mouth and her dad's chin, and sort of like his little drawn in bits. Sort of from the top up, she's definitely her mom though. Yeah, she's needs some nicer eyebrows. They're a bit too much for me, those eyebrows. I like a generous eyebrow, but that's just not the right kind of generous in my opinion. But yes, so I think we need to see a sun. Oh my goodness, come on. It's like not been that bad, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm going to be the slowest game in the world. 1, 2, 3. Oh, ginger. Little Ginger. Come on. Oh. Let's take that tash off. Okay, so he has a little bit less of his dad in him. He has his dad's chin. He definitely has like this pulled in bit here. It's definitely his dad. But otherwise, he's very much like his mum. Yeah, actually, they're not too bad. They're definitely, like, Izzy's kids are definitely not save-worthy. But I do really think that his more generic features sort of help him to sort of, like, ride his way through. And we're going to go for, like, Barco's kids and see if Barco's genes can win today. One, two, three. Oh. Let's age him up. Okay, so let's take that off. Okay, so he looks a lot like his dad. His mom, sorry. He doesn't have much of his dad at all in him, except really his eye colour, I think. Maybe a little bit here with the cheeks. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Let's have a quick look at his dad. Yeah, I think maybe a tiny bit of the cheekiness. But yeah, otherwise he doesn't really have anything. Let's have a look at him, like, because Bennett is the male version of Belle. So I was just going to have a look and see compared to Bennett. Yeah, he looks very much like his mom. He does not have much of his dad at all. But he is actually cuter than Izzy's son. Izzy's son, like, I don't know, looks a little bit skinny, sort of gaunt rather than Barco's. So at the moment, I think Barco is winning for the sons, but we do need to have a look at a daughter. Hopefully we will see a difference. 1, 2, 3, age up. Eventually. Let's have a look. Okay, so she's got her dad's nose, that's for sure. I'm just going to just want to give her hair that's like off her face. There we go. Yeah, I definitely can see her dad more in her. She's obviously she's got his nose. She's got a tiny bit more of a sculptured face here, like her dad. She's got her mum's lips and chin and her mum's eyes, but they've kind of, I think they might be in her dad's brows, so they're kind of like look slightly different. But she isn't too bad. Let's just quickly look at her compared to Izzy's girly. Yeah, so Izzy's daughter does look a bit like she can smell something gross. She's like trying to hide it. But I think, you know what? I think Barco is actually going to win this, which I am really surprised at, because I was worrying that he was going to give all his worst features. But I think, like, his kids are just that little bit cuter. So yeah, I think we are going to go for Barco being the baby daddy of the day, which is a little bit exciting. So let's record that on our chart, and then we can start looking at the baby mamas. Right, let us copy, and we will paste. Oh, paste. Nope. I don't mean to do that. Hang on. Let's delete that. Will it let me delete it? There we go. Delete. Don't know how I managed that. Copy. Paste. There we go. Get there eventually. So, yeah, for today, the baby daddy winner is Barco, and I am really surprised, actually. He's definitely not one that I would have picked, but we need him to go also down here. So when we do round 2 in like a million years, we can now put Barco as one of our next contestants. So cool. I am really excited. So obviously these are like rounds that we've done so far. I actually need to copy a blank one so that I've got one for next week. But I'm excited now to see like who we get next week, see if we get any new ones. But I'm going to hop over to baby mamas, and I will catch you there in 1 second. So here are our baby mamas for the week. I have quite a lot of skin in this game. Not gonna lie, there is quite a few sims that I actually like on this one. So obviously first we have Vanessa Jeong and from Get Famous, Alice Spencer Kim from the base game, Tylin from For Rent, Holly Alto from Get Famous, and yeah, Lilith Pleasant from University, Cecilia Kang from Cottage Living, Supriya Delgado from Cats and Dogs, and Leslie Holland from Strangerville. So I like a lot of these sims. I really, really love Vanessa, and I really, really, really love Lilith. I have a bit of a soft spot for Alice and Ty, and I kind of think that Leslie Holland is like quite an underrated sim that maybe people kind of forget a little bit about. So I am pretty excited about what's going to go down when we look at these kiddos, because there are some really fun ones in this. But I think we really, really need to get started. So let's hop on into the game and do our first showdown. So guys, this time we are with Bennett, and we are going to grab our first couple of ladies, which, there they are, Vanessa and Alice. So let's look at little Vanessa first. So I think Vanessa, for me, is very similar to Nalani. She has sort of like a very sort of like good proportioned face, and like all of her features sort of like work really well together, and they're really cute. She's got a really like well built face, in my opinion. So I am excited to see what happens when she has kiddos, because yeah, it's exciting. Then we have little Alice, our little base game babe. I think she's cute. Again, she's of like Asian descent, so I reckon like her eyes could probably become quite a strong feature. But she has quite interesting lips as well. She does look a little bit pursed sometimes. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm excited. So we've got Bennett. We're going to start with Vanessa. 1, 2, 3, have a look. Oh, dude, you've got quite a lot of stuff going on there. Let's take that off. Okay, so I was not expecting him to get the worst possible mashup of features that he could. I am very disappointed in Vanessa's very first kiddo. So he has like the weird nose. His eyes are really big, which makes sense because Vanessa's are really big. So I can see where he's got that. He's also got like her nose, but then he's got that weird, like before, with the pushed in melty Easter egg nose. But yeah, and then the nose is like really flat. It almost looks like it finishes too soon, like it should go on for a little bit more. So I can't say he's my favourite. He does have the cheekbones of his mom as well, like they're quite sort of quite sharp. Like you can really see it there if you turn him to the side slightly. But yeah, let's let's see what a girly is. Oh, wrong. I forgot to change it to Bennett. We want a girly. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Let's age her up. Okay, looks like she looks a lot like her dad. She does. She has some features from her mom. She's got the really big eyes like her mom. Okay, so I am pretty disappointed with Vanessa's genetics, I'm not gonna lie. Considering how pretty she is, she's managed to get some weird looking kiddos, or a little bit weird anyway. Her daughter's not quite so weird. Like, she is very chinless. She kind of has like the pursed lips and the big eyes from her mom, but like her features are mostly from her dad. So she isn't as weird looking as her brother, but she definitely could be cuter. So let's have a look at Alice, see what happens when we have some kiddos with her. 1, 2, 3. Okay, oh, helps if we age him up first, eh? Oh. Okay, so yes, as predicted, he's got his mom's eyes. He's actually quite cute. I'm just going to change his hair so we can see his face a little better. Let's put that one on him. Okay, so yeah, he has his dad's nose and maybe his dad's lips. Does he have his dad's lips? Or his mom's? Yeah, definitely his dad's lips. But like, yeah, he's quite cute. He's definitely cuter than Vanessa's son, that's for sure. So yeah, he hasn't like got super strong features, but then his mom doesn't have super strong features either. I kind of let them off a little bit with the base game Sims, because obviously base game when it first came out was super limited, so I can see why they may not have the most like prominent genetics. But yeah, I think he's quite cute, so we need to do a little girly. Alice. 1, 2, 3. Age her up. Okay, so she looks like the spitting image of her mom. Okay, so she is very cute indeed. She does look, I think she looks basically exactly the same as Alice. Let's have a look. Maybe her nose is slightly different. Yeah, her nose is slightly different, and her chin isn't quite so pointy as Alice's. But yeah, I think that she's quite cute. Interesting. I'm really, really surprised at this little turn of events here. But I think that literally one of my favourite Sims has been knocked out. And I think we're going to go for Alice. I think she made some pretty kids. So well done to Alice. And let's quickly record that on our chart. Right, guys. So I nearly had my first ever rage quit. From a video anyway, at least. I instead of switching windows, I accidentally pressed sign out, and I thought that was going to have lost my whole like hour's worth of recording I'd been doing. But luckily my screen record software was clever enough to realise that I might actually want to save the video I've been working on for like over an hour. So I had a little interruption there, but we picked Alice as our winner, so we're gonna shifty her over. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. So next we're going to be doing Ty and Holly. So let's switch over to the game again. Okay, so after our little near disaster, I am ready to do Ty and Holly. So we'll start with Ty, but I just want to have a quick look. I think Ty is super pretty. She even has the skin tone that I'm not super keen on, but I just think that like her facial features are quite pretty. None of them are super prominent, so I'm wondering if she might have some generic kiddos. And let's take a quick look at Holly. So Holly, she's got quite a prominent nose and her face is sort of like quite pulled out. I don't think I've ever seen any kids of hers actually grow up, so I don't know if she's gonna have cute babies or not, but I think this could be an interesting round anyway, and I'm quite looking forward to eventually getting to make over Holly because I hate the way she looks in this game. So let's go to Bennett. I'm going to start with Ty as our first kiddo. Our first baby mama. 1, 2, 3. Let's age up this one. Okay, let's have a look. So we'll take off the makeup. Okay. So she's actually quite cute. She's kind of got sort of a longer face and she's given like a little bit of a wider jaw. She doesn't have too many of Ty's features, but I don't know if that's because some of Ty's features, I think Ty has the same lip shape as Bennett and Belle, so it could be that like she does have some more of her mum's features. She just, because they're really similar to her dad's, that it doesn't show so much. But yeah, she definitely, you can definitely see that she's a little bit more pulled, like a little bit wider in the face. But yeah, I think she's really cute. So I don't think she's save worthy. She's still a little bit generic. So we're going to try a son and see what happens with a boy. 1. Did that work? 1, 2, 3. I might have done an extra roll that time. I hope not, but I might be wrong. Right, so let's take facial hair off, take makeup off. Okay, so I can see a little bit more of Ty in him. So he has the slightly flatter face and nose. but yeah, he's quite cute. He's not super handsome, but I can definitely appreciate that he is not got any weird features as well, which is nice. He is again quite generic, but I was kind of expecting that from Ty's kids. I think the thing that I love mostly about Ty is she is a little bit pretty, but I also just like Ty's personality. I think she's really does give off like cool aunt vibes. So let's compare with Holly's kids. Holly. 1, 2, 3. Age. Okay. Let's take all that makeup off. Okay, so she definitely has the longer face like Holly. She has her dad's nose, which makes the longer face a little bit better because she doesn't have quite as harsh a nose. But I do think she's quite pretty. I'm just going to switch out the hair a minute just so that I can appreciate her face without any obstacles. In fact, I'm going to put that one on so it's really out of our way. So yeah, I think she's quite cute actually. She's definitely a lot cuter than I was expecting. She does have her dad's eyes, her dad's nose, but like yeah, you can definitely see, especially when you look at the profile, like how like drawn out she is like her mum. Her mum's got quite a long pulled out face, so yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what let's see her compared to Ty's kiddo. So I think Ty's daughter is still a little prettier, but it is a really close call with this one. I think this one is gonna be pretty hard unless something really awful happens with the son. But let's see, shall we? We want a son. 1, 2, 3. Let's age him up. Okay, and he doesn't look like his mom at all, really. Yep, he's mostly a carbon copy of his dad. He's got his mom's lips, I think, but otherwise he looks a heck of a lot like his dad. So he is a bit Mr. Generic, or Bennett Basic Jr. for definite. You definitely couldn't mistake that was his dad. So let's just look at him compared to Ty's son. So I actually I think this is going to sound a bit biased, but I do actually think that Ty's going to win. I just think that, like, although I think Holly's daughter is quite cute, I think her son is really generic and basically just looks like his dad. But Ty's kids both, like, although they're fairly generic themselves, they also have some sort of like prettier features and some more like interesting features. So we are going to go for Auntie Ty as the winner for this little battle. So let's record that on our chart. So we are going to copy Ty, paste, pop her there. Oh, yeah, it's quite an interesting little battle going to go on there. So we are on to Lilith and Cecilia. I love Lilith. I don't like Angela, her twin sister. I know they're identical twins, but Angela gives off such horse girl vibes, and that is just not me. But Lilith, I absolutely love. So let's get down to it and go and see what they're like in Creator Sim. Right, so we are going to put in these two. So let's look at Lilith quickly first. So Lilith does have quite standard features, I must admit. She doesn't have super strong features. I think it's more about her style and her attitude that makes me like her, rather than necessarily what she looks like. But yeah, I just think she's cool. I really like her. And let's have a look at little Cecilia. So Cecilia, she kind of has a bit of a weird nose. It's sort of like flat and downturned. But yeah, she could be quite interesting to see. That's probably her most prominent feature. So I'm quite interested to see what happens genetics wise. So we're going to do Bennett and Lilith first. Let's 1, 2, 3. Ooh, a little redhead. Okay, so let's have a look at him. Let's take off his beard. Okay, so I can definitely see his mum in him here. He's quite cute actually. He's not save worthy, and he is a bit generic. He's got the green eyes from his mom, which I do like. I do love green eyes. But yeah, I can see sort of this part of his face sort of makes me think more of Lilith. So that's quite interesting. Okay, let's do a daughter. Oh, imagine if like Angela is in next week's one. I get to see like the face off of of the twins. A young adult. Let's have a look. Okay, so she's basically her dad. We're just gonna put some hair on her that's a little bit more off her face. Okay, yeah, she does not have a single thing, I don't think, from her mom. Except for her green eyes. Maybe the cheeks a little bit. But yeah, she looks exactly like her dad. So although she is decent looking, she is obviously very, very generic. But she's also not offensive. So I think we're just going to move on to Cecilia. Hopefully Cecilia will give us kiddos with a little bit more character in their face. 1, 2, 3. Let's age this little one up. Okay, so yeah, she definitely has a bit more character to her face. We need to get rid of the makeup, and let's give her different hair so we can see her face properly. Let's go for this one. Okay, so she's got her mum's eyes for sure. She's got her dad's nose. She's got the little freckles. I do like freckles. And she's got her dad's lips. She's got quite a nice mixture actually between the two. Again, she's not super pretty. She's not save worthy. I'm really disappointed that we haven't had any save worthy kiddos yet. From this save, from this round of baby mamas and dadders. But yeah, she's quite cute. Let's have a look at a son. See if that helps us make our decision any more clear. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and he's wearing tons of everything yet again. Okay, so he definitely has more of his mom's eyes again. Otherwise he's maybe got her mouth as well a little bit, but he does look a lot like his dad too. He's got her freckles, which is cute. It's really weird that I actually, you know what, so I don't get confused, I'm going to put him in a slightly different hair, because otherwise I'll keep getting those two confused. Let's see that one, because it's off his face. Okay, yeah. let's see, compared to Lilith's son. Okay. Oh, I'm scared that Lilith is gonna get knocked out. Yeah, Lilith's daughter was basically her dad, just with green eyes. And Cecilia's daughter. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to pick Cecilia. I think daughters-wise, they're pretty much on a par, but I give Celia a little bit more props because at least she's got a little bit of Celia's genetics, even if they aren't super pronounced. But yeah, I do think Cecilia's son is slightly cuter than Lilith's. Oh, I'm so upset that two of my favourites from this this set of baby mamas are actually eliminated. So we are going to go for Cecilia. She is going to be our winner from this little battle. So let's pop that on our chart. So let's, oh, my want to just move Lilith over. Let's let's move. Oh man, what am I doing? Copy, paste. There we go. It's so late, really late at night, and yeah, I'm having some sleep troubles. So yes, we've got her moved on. So now we have Supriya and we have Leslie. Supriya, she was my makeover this week, so go check that out if you haven't already. She was one of my makeovers. I know what Evie looks like when she grows up, like her daughter, and she is absolutely stunning. But I think she does inherit quite a lot of her dad's genes. But let's take a little look-see in Create a Sim anyway. Right, so let's, oh gosh. Let's grab Supriya and Leslie. So we'll start with Supriya. Let's just look at her little face. So I think she's quite cute. She's kind of got quite a nice shape face. Like, she's kind of like, it's got those like little cheeky cheeks that I like. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see what happens. Let's have a look at Leslie. Again, she is a very underrated sim, I think. I think that she is quite sweet. And I think people forget about her. She's not like one of the most iconic sims. From her household, I have had babies with Mark Eggleston, and he makes very pretty kiddos. So I'm looking forward to him coming up in our baby daddies at some point. But yeah, let's get down to it. So we're going to start with Supriya. 1, 2, 3, and let's age him up. So he looks a lot like his dad. He does have his mum's cheeks, I think, and obviously her eye colour. Yeah, but he's quite cute. He's fairly generic, but there is nothing wrong with him. So let's go back to Bennett and we'll try a girl. One, 2, 3. Young adult. Let's have a look. Okay. So she definitely has her mom's nose and mouth. She has quite big eyes as well. She must get that from Supriya. Does Supriya have big eyes? I haven't really... I suppose she has fairly large eyes. But yeah, she just doesn't have a chin. So that, yeah, I'm not so keen on the the lack of a chin, if I'm honest. But yeah, she's not the worst, but she's definitely could be beaten quite easily depending on what Leslie's genetics have to give us. So let's go Leslie. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, so let's just change her hair slightly. Let's go for this one so it's off her face. So she does look a lot like her dad. I'm trying to see. She kind of doesn't look like a spit like her dad. I think that she's got a little bit more of a jawline that maybe she gets from her mom. Let's just look at Leslie again. Yeah, she has a slightly wider jawline of her mom, but she gets most of her features from her dad. But yeah, I think she's cute. She's definitely cuter than Supriya's daughter. So a lot could be riding on Leslie's son. So let's get him sorted. 1, 2, 3. Well, I think he looks like he might have his mum's nose. Yeah, he does, and her lips. So let's get rid of the facial hair. Oh, whoops. Sorry. So yeah, he definitely has a little bit more of a look of his mum than his sister does. He's got sort of like the heavier jawline, which I think like the chin is more like his dad, but the actual jawline altogether is more like his mum. He has his mum's lips, and I think he has a little bit of his mum's nose. But let's just look at him compared to Supriya's son. So I do think he is cuter than Supriya's son. I think Supriya's son, again, doesn't really have a lot of like difference from his dad. So I do think that Leslie is gonna have one. Yeah. We're saying this round that Leslie wins this little heat. So we're gonna just record that on our chart. So we'll grab Leslie, copy her over, and paste. It's quite an interesting one, this one. Some of the ones that I thought were gonna win are really not winning. But yeah, let's move on then. Let's go for Alice and Ty next, which I'm quite excited about them two facing off. So let's go over to the game again. Right, so this time we want Alice. I can't believe, like, we're getting rid of Vanessa. I'm so sad. And we want Ty from this one. So we get rid of Holly. So we're gonna start with Alice. Alice. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Ow. Okay, let's age her up. Oh, she's got all of the nose rings. She couldn't have. That's kind of what my nose looks like. I have quite a lot of piercings. Okay, so she does look a lot like her dad. She doesn't have that many features from her mom, except for like her jawline and her chin. But But yeah, she's fairly cute. She has her mum's brown eyes as well, of course. But let's see. Oh, wrong sim. I keep forgetting to go back to Bennett. He's so basic that I keep forgetting he exists. Alice, and we're doing a son. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you saw the little jellyfish hat from Adventure Waits then. Okay, mullet. Let's get rid of our little Tash. Okay, so he looks a lot like... Oh, he does look a lot like his mum. I actually am a fan. I think there is a good possibility I actually might save him. He's got a really nice mix of his mum and his dad. I just think he's really he's really quite cute. So, excited. I think that obviously he has his mum's lips, he has his mum's eyes, he has his dad's nose, and he kind of has his dad's chin, but a little bit of his mum's jawline. So he's a really nice mix, and he's got his mum's bigger ears, which I think is cute. So I actually do think he's gonna get saved. There's something that I really like about him. I can't quite explain what it is, but yes. Let's give him a name. Jaden. And we'll give him random traits and that. So yeah, I will pop him up on the gallery. Again, I'm not gonna faff with his clothes and stuff, so he'll be up there, and if we find any more kiddos that we really like, then he will have company. But let us go for what am I doing? Stop. Get myself so confused. Right, we're doing Bennett and Ty now, aren't we? So let's grab Ty. Let's do 1, 2, 3. And age him up. Oh, he's quite cute too. Let's take this off of him. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Because he's pretty as well. So he's got his mum's eyes, he's got his mum's slightly wider face and flatter face. But I think he's quite cute. Oh, this is going to be difficult. God, why do you guys do this to me? It's we're going to have really boring generic children, and then all of a sudden we're going to have really cute ones all on top of each other. Okay, so that one is going to be super difficult. We're going to have to add a girly into the mix to see if she helps make my decision a little bit easier. Let's do Ty. Let's do female. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, okay, she's okay, she's not quite as cute. I wish she had a slightly longer chin, I'm not gonna lie. She's got her mum's little cheekbones. No, she hasn't got makeup on. I thought she had really bright highlighter, but she doesn't have any makeup on. But yeah, I think she's cute-ish, but I really do think that Alice's daughter is Alice's daughter is cuter. And then we have the boys who are round about similar in terms of hotness. Oh, I am saving him as well. So Ted Basic. Let's grab random traits. Oh, he's got the new competitive trait. Okay, Right, again, like I said, they're not going to be done up, but yeah, I think that maybe Alice has just about pipped it because her daughter is slightly cuter. So I'm excited that our base game sim is going on to the next level. So let's just record that quickly in our chart. Right, so we have Alice moving on. There we go. Cool. It's getting excited. Yeah, I'm surprised how far she's gone considering she's base game. But she did make some cuties. So we're going to move on now to Cecilia and Leslie. Let's go do that now. So, we need Cecilia. Let's get rid of Lilith. Poor Lilith. And we need Leslie. So we can get rid of Supriya. Right. So let's do Bennett and Cecilia first. I think Cecilia. 1, 2, 3. Oh, she's got almost the same hair as her mum. Young adult. Okay, she's got her mum's freckles. Let's take this makeup off. Okay, so she definitely looks a lot like her mum. She's actually almost a spitting image of her mum. She's got the same eyes, she's got the same nose, she's got the same lips. I don't know if she's got anything at all really from her dad. So yeah, she is quite cute. She's not my favourite, but yeah, let's have a look at a son with Cecilia. It really takes me all my effort not to sing Cecilia, like the song Cecilia, when I say Cecilia's name. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's look at this little one. Young adult. We haven't had any mutton chops today. It's the first time. Take that off. Okay, so he's got his mom's lips, his dad's nose and eyes. He's kind of got the wider face. Okay, so he's kind of cute. I'm not a big fan of his lip. Like this shaped lip isn't my favourite. But yeah, he's not terrible. He's slightly generic. But I think that we need to do some comparisons with Leslie's kiddos to really decide. Leslie, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, I forgot to age him up. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. I'm just having a moment. Oh, it's got like all of the hair and all of the beard. Let's take the beard off. Let's just change the hair just to make it slightly easier to see his face. Maybe put that one on. Yeah. So he looks a lot like his dad. He does have his mom's lips. But yeah, he's quite cute. I think he's cuter than Cecilia's son, but he does have a lot of his dad's features. So yeah, his mom's genes aren't super strong in him. So this might all ride on yeah, he's definitely cuter. This might all ride on Leslie's daughter. But let's have a look. So genetics. Leslie, and we want a female. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And age her up. Oh, okay. So I can definitely see her mum in her. She's obviously got her mum's nose because it's more straight than it is sort of scooped like her dad's. And she's got her mum's like lips. She's got her dad's eye shape but her mum's eye colour. I think, yeah, she's kind of like a little bit weird looking but in like a good way. She's not like crazy ugly or anything. Let's have a quick look at her compared to Cecilia's kiddo, like daughter. Yeah, so I think that I prefer Leslie's daughter. She does look a lot like her mom. Like, I really think she is the absolute spitting image of her mom. But I think that, like, Leslie has an interesting mix between her mum and her dad. Again, not cute enough to save, but I do think that, yeah, when you look at the sons as well, I think we're going to say that Leslie has won this little battle, which is quite exciting. Yeah, so we've got quite two boho girlies actually that are going to be facing off against each other. So let's just have a look at our chart. Right, guys, so we want this one, copy, we want to do paste. So, yes, it's actually quite interesting how it's worked out this time. There definitely are people or Sims that like are winning that I didn't expect would be winning. So let's get to it and do our little final battle of the day. Let's go back to create a sim and see what these two girlies do for us. Okay, so we already have Leslie. We just need to add Alice into the mix. Pop her down. We'll get rid of Vanessa out of the way. Bye, Vanessa. Okay, so we are going to go on Bennett and we're going to start with Alice this time. Hopefully. There we go. Alice. 1, 2, 3. Let's see this little cutie age up. Okay, so let's take his stubble off. Okay, so he looks a lot more like his dad. He has his mom's eyes, but the rest of his features, I think, are his dad's. Maybe his lips were his mom's, I can't quite remember. But yeah, he's quite cute. He is very sort of generic. He feels like one of the Sims that you would use the randomize button and find. But let's have a look at a daughter. I think Alice has yet to produce a daughter that has been super cute. Oh, for God's sake, I keep forgetting to go back to Bennett. Such a div. Genetics. We'll have Alice. What am I doing? Female. Sorry, I had a brain fart then. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look She looks like she's got her mum's eyes, that's for sure. Okay, so okay, she does look a lot like her mum. She's got her mum's eyes, her mum's lips. She's kind of got like her sort of pulled in part, like her cheekbony part of her mum. She's got her dad's nose, I think. But yeah, she's again, she's quite generic, but she's cute enough. I'm excited to see the comparisons. So let's get Leslie's kiddos going so that we can really delve into things. Leslie, 1, 2, 3. Let's age him up. Okay. Let's get rid of his facial hair. Let's pop him in some short hair. Again, he looks just like her son from the last round. He looks mostly like his dad. In fact, I think he looks even more like his dad than the last son did. So, yeah. I don't think any genetics has gone from her into her son. He's definitely cuter than Alice's son. But again, he basically is just his dad. So we might be at the case where we're riding on one single sim again, which is crazy. The last couple of, last week's episode and this week have been quite difficult to judge. I mean, it's fun that way. Like, it makes me think a little bit more. But yeah, it also gives me nightmares. 1, 2, 3. And let's have a look. Young adult. Okay. Let's take these glasses off. Oh, she looks like her mum. Let's pick some different hair. Let's go for... yeah, we'll go for that one. So she definitely looks like her mum. She's got her mum's lips. She's got her dad's nose, but her cheekbones and stuff. And obviously her mum's green eyes. She's actually quite cute. She isn't save-worthy, but I think she is very cute. She is definitely cuter than Alice's kid. And I think she's kind of sealed the deal for me. I do think that maybe Leslie is going to go on to the next round. And I know that's quite insane. But yeah, I do think that Leslie's kids are just pipping Alice's to the post. So yeah, I really did not expect that. That's definitely a result that I was not expecting. So let's have a look at our chart. Right, so we can get little Leslie, we can do copy. I'm going to paste her down here. So she is the winner, and she really is an absolute surprise. I just did not expect for the winner of this group to be Leslie. It's just really, really surprising to me. So we're gonna go over here. Let's pop her over here as well. So yeah, she's joining Nalani and Jess in the second round, but obviously this won't be for a really long time yet. But oh, it's really, really exciting, and it's crazy. it just works out so weird sometimes. But anyway, I just want to pop back into Creator Sim because I just want to show you how I name the random kiddos. Like when I save them to the gallery, just so you can find them easier. I will try and link them in the video description, but the links to the gallery are just so dodgy. It's really, really difficult to get them to work. So sometimes it's easier if I just put what they're called, or just put my my gallery ID in the description so that you can hunt around and find me and have a look at my kiddos. But yeah, let me just pop back into the game quick. Right guys, so as you can see, this is my gallery page. Obviously this is my little townie maker of the Delgatos, so feel free to download those if you haven't. But when it comes to the random kiddos from the baby daddy / mama episodes, I spelled it, that should have been an M, sorry. I'm such a dope. It's because I'm really, really tired. I'm really sorry. But anyway, I usually put them BD/BM, the round number. So we're in round 1 and we'll be in round 1 forever until we go through all of the townies. And then whatever episode it's from. And in the description, it'll always say who the other parent was with Belle and Bennett. So obviously we have Alice's kiddo, and that is Ty's kiddo. So like this one, for example, baby daddy / baby mama. I can't put baby daddy and mama because they're not allowed words in the gallery. So I have to, like, when I put it in my description, I have to put it as Cast Townie Parent Challenge, because it won't let me put baby daddy / baby mummy challenge. So as you can see, this was from the week before's episode. I just chuck them in there under that. And yeah, I did the very first lot. This is what they looked like when I uploaded them. But I had a hankering one night to faff around in Creator Sim. So I did make these guys over. And what I did for each one of them is I made them over with whatever expansion pack their parents came from with base game. So like, for instance, this one was Nelani. So her makeover included Island Living and base game. That was Salim, so that was City Living and base game. That was Olive Spectre. Both of the last two, sorry, were Olive Spectre. So they were both Life and Death and base game. So I'm hoping I might try and make them over as I go, but I really do take ages in Creator Sim, and sometimes I get a real hankering just to be in Creator Sim, and that's fine, because then I can just faff and do what I want. But there are other times where I just do not have the time. So I will always, in the description, I will put how you can find the kiddos that I save from that particular episode, if I do save any. And I will also, if later on I go back and make over, so for example, if I went back and made over last week's kiddos, I would put a pinned comment just saying I've made over them and this is how you can find them. So like when I made over these ones, they were originally called Baby Daddy / Baby Mama episode 1. These ones, I called them that with made over in brackets, just so that like they're kind of easier to distinguish. But yeah, my gallery is full of all kinds of random Sims and what have you. If you've been watching the Forever Friends event, I do have the version of my household with Destiny and my avatar sim and the dog. I don't have the cat in there yet, literally because we only played that last episode, I didn't have a chance to upload the cat yet. But yeah, I will put a version with Merlin, our cat, in there as well, but also all my townie makeovers. And what I tend to do is that week I usually pin the townie makeover to the townie makeover of that week onto the front page of my profile, so that you can see easily, if you've seen my video on the Delgatos, you can easily find them. But yeah, if you want to browse, download, I have lots of different types of Sims. I have Sims that have stories, I have Sims that I've just made like just for the fun of it. So if you go and have a look at my gallery, that's great. But I'm also probably going to say goodbye now, because I've probably been prattling on for ages. What I will say is, if you could like and subscribe, that would be really great. I really enjoy playing these like silly little videos. They kind of like make me smile. So that would be really grand. If you have any comments, like if you want to discuss my choices, if you would have chosen differently, if you have some baby mamas or baby daddas that you particularly enjoy, I love chatting in the comments, so leave me a comment and I will reply. But yes, for now I'm going to say dag dag, and I hope you all have an awesome day. Dag dag.